If you're a small business owner, maybe you run, I don't know, a charming bed and breakfast, a local coffee shop, or a boutique hotel, you know the feeling. You are juggling 20 things at
Yeah.
once.
Oh, absolutely.
You're deep in operations, you're serving customers, and then somehow, on top of all that, you're supposed to be a pro social media manager.
It's just an impossible expectation. The pressure to post consistently, to come up with ideas, and, to keep everything fresh without burning out it's just exhausting.
And if you try to get help,
Forget it. Agencies charge hundreds, often thousands, a month for content. It's something most small businesses just can't afford. So they feel stranded. They either post here and there, which the algorithms hate, or they just give up.
that mental tax is so common. But what we're seeing now is a radical shift. AI has completely flipped the content creation landscape. It's finally offering an affordable edge for those businesses to build a real professional level strategy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
AI is the great leveler here. I mean, strategies and a level of consistency that were once just for the big players with huge marketing teams, they're now accessible to everyone. No technical expertise needed.
And that is the entire mission of this deep dive. We've dug into the sources to pull out a simple, quick, and really powerful 7-step workflow that uses accessible tools, not a massive marketing budget.
Yeah, it's about leveraging AI for this strategy, not just for writing a few captions.
It's turning your 2 hours a week into what feels like 2 months of scheduled strategic content. Okay, let's unpack this and see how AI became that affordable edge. So let's start with the fundamental change here, because AI isn't just a cute writing tool. The sources we looked at describe it as a practical powerhouse.
Right. It handles the heavy intellectual lifting. It generates fresh ideas, compelling posts, even eye-catching images. And it does it in seconds. That frees you up to, actually run your business.
And that time saving, it translates directly into profitability.
It does. The sources had this great real-world example of a local holiday spot for groups that was, in their words, barely scraping by. They knew they needed social media, but they were paralyzed by the cost and the time it would take.
So they turned to AI, but not just to write posts.
Right. Not at all. They used it to automate their strategy. The AI handled the analysis, the content scheduling, the bulk of the creation.
And the results.
They were exponential. Their accounts started growing on autopilot, which led directly to more engagement, more leads, and actual profitability, all because they could finally maintain that consistency that social media algorithms just demand.
I think that story just crystallizes the why here. The real market advantage is that you, as a small business owner, can now maintain the same level of consistency as a national competitor.
You're building that loyal audience and driving results without draining your resources. No more 20 hours of frantic work every week. It turns social media from a chore into a structured, sustainable way to make money.
Okay, so we've seen the big picture, but for someone who's, struggling with what to post today, that probably sounds a bit like magic. Let's pull back the curtain and look at the 5 practical functions that make this whole thing possible.
Right. What can it actually do?
Exactly.
The first, and I'd argue the most important, is research and inspiration. Forget spending hours scrolling through your competitors' feeds.
I see.
AI can scan industry trends, successful posts. You just give it the names, and it pulls out patterns on what topics are popular, how often they post, and what's actually triggering engagement.
I love how specific that is. So if you run a coffee shop, you can feed it the names of the top 3 cafes in your city and maybe 2 big global brands. And the AI doesn't just list what they posted, it breaks down the pattern. Like, they consistently use storytelling on Fridays, or they get a boost when they post about seasonal drinks. That's intelligence you used to have to pay a fortune for.
Which leads right into the second function, content strategy generation. So, based on that research, the AI crafts a custom roadmap just for you, tailored to your goals.
So whether I want more foot traffic or more online orders.
Exactly. You tell your brand voice, your constraints, and it delivers a plan that feels like it was made by a professional marketer, just without the invoice.
And the third piece, this is a huge time saver, is content calendar creation.
Oh, this is the best part. The AI can generate a detailed 30-day schedule in minutes. But the sources were really clear on a crucial rule here.
What's that?
You have to enforce a strict division. 20% promotional content, so your sales and offers, and 80% engagement building posts.
Ah, the 80-20 rule. So polls, tips, behind-the-scenes stuff?
That balance is the secret sauce. If all you do is post sales, you train your audience to ignore you. but if you give them value 80% of the time, your promotions actually land when you post them.
Okay, so next up is the actual execution, writing the posts.
Yep. The AI generates platform-specific versions instantly. So you're not just copying and pasting the same caption everywhere. It kills writer's block and makes sure every post is optimized, for TikTok's punchy style versus LinkedIn's more professional tone.
So if I'm promoting a new seasonal product.
The AI could give you 3 versions in a second. A fun, casual script for a TikTok reel, a more detailed update for Facebook about the product story, and a short, punchy caption with hashtags and emojis ready for Instagram.
And finally, what about the images? Visual content creation, because not everyone has fresh photos all the time.
Right, and that's a huge bottleneck. AI image generation can produce totally unique visuals. We're talking custom graphics for quotes, abstract brand images, product mock-ups.
And you can be really specific with the prompt.
Incredibly specific. You can ask for a cozy bed and breakfast room with soft morning light and orange autumn leaves outside the window. And you get these ready-to-use options that instantly make your feed look more polished.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting. The step-by-step guide you can actually start today. We're moving from the theory into a 7-step actionable workflow. This is the repeatable process.
Yes, this is the scaffolding. You do this once a month in one dedicated session, and you're set.
Okay, step 1. Identify your marketing competitors. The goal here is just gathering intelligence. You want to analyze 3 to 5 other businesses.
And it has to be a mix. A global leader for ideas, a national player for what's relevant, and a few local gems to see what's really working with your audience.
And you're not just browsing. You're taking notes.
You have to. Note down 3 things they do well, maybe it's storytelling, 3 successful content formats, like short videos or carousels, and 3 engagement patterns, like posts that ask questions, get more comments. This should take, 30 minutes? That data is gold.
Then step 2, feed these competitors into AI for analysis. This is all about using precise prompts. You have to tell the AI its role. Why is that so important?
Because you don't want a general writer. You want a strategist. Your prompt has to be specific. You are a senior social media marketer for the hospitality industry. Analyze these competitors. It forces the AI to give you strategic analysis, not just a list of posts.
That's a great tip. Okay, step 3. Tell AI to create a strategy based on your business. This is where you personalize it. You input your revenue goals, your brand voice, and this is critical, your constraints.
Yes. This is so important. If you just ask for a strategy, the AI will give you a perfect plan that requires a full-time employee to run.
Right.
So you need constraint-based prompting. You have to say, I only have 2 hours a week for social media. That forces the AI to prioritize the most profitable, lowest effort content, makes the ideal plan a manageable reality.
So a good template would be something like, your goal is to create more revenue for our business. Given I only have 2 hours a week, build me a 30-day calendar using the 80-20 rule.
Perfect. Which leads to step 4. Build your 30-day content calendar. Consistency is everything here. The sweet spot is 3 to 5 posts a week, enough to stay relevant, but not so much you burn out.
And then for step 5, generate posts for each calendar item. This is where the AI becomes your copywriter. You ask for platform-specific captions with different tones, friendly, luxurious, whatever, and a strong call to action in each one.
Then step 6, create your visuals, but not just AI visuals. Authenticity is key. The sources suggest a blend. Maybe 60% real photos of your products, your team, your space, and 40% AI for variety and polish.
And you can use a simple tool like Canva to add your logo or brand colors to those AI images.
Exactly. And finally, step 7, schedule everything efficiently. Once it's all built, you automate it. Use a scheduler to post at the best times for your audience, set it up once a month, and then you can forget about it. It takes that daily mental load right off your plate.
But if we connect this to the bigger picture, just having a great strategy isn't enough, right? There are common traps that cause people to give up.
Oh, absolutely. Executing is only half the battle. We need to avoid the pitfalls that make owners abandon this whole effort way too soon.
The first one seems obvious, relying only on promo posts. We talked about the 80-20 rule, but it must be hard to stick to when you really need sales.
It is, but an all-sales feed just alienates people. You have to stick to that 80-20 rule to build trust. That means for every 1 sales post, you have 4 that provide real value.
The second mistake is that emotional trap of waiting for every post to go viral.
Yes. AI can make great content, but virality is like lightning in a bottle. It's rare. People get excited, a post doesn't explode, and they decide the whole strategy failed. They quit too soon.
Instead, you should be focused on steady growth, small wins.
Exactly. Track the small wins, more profile visits, more comments. Persistence is just non-negotiable.
Okay, third mistake, and this is a big one for the hybrid approach. Not reviewing the AI output before you post it.
An AI is a machine. It can make factual errors or sound completely off-brand. A quick human review is essential. The whole goal is a hybrid approach.
Yeah.
You use AI for speed, but you provide the final polish and personality.
Right. And the fourth mistake is letting the strategy become too generic.
Your local advantage is your greatest asset. Don't dilute that. Use your prompts to include local events, landmarks, even local slang. That's what makes you different and builds loyalty.
Speaking of tools, the sources mentioned Whoop Social as a common starting point. What does it actually offer, and what are the trade-offs of using a budget-friendly tool like that?
Whoop Social is really good for basic execution. It connects easily to Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and has a simple calendar view for scheduling. It also has some of those entry-level AI features like quick caption ideas and basic image generation. It's perfect for getting started.
But it's a trade-off, isn't it? If I want a truly professional strategy, why not just jump to a super expensive enterprise tool?
Because that tool is complex, and the benefit might not justify the cost or the learning curve for a small business owner. Whoop Social's limitations are the trade-off for its simplicity.
What are the big limitations?
Well, it has no built-in analytics, so you have to go to the platforms to check your insights. It also doesn't have internal competitor tracking, and it lacks advanced automations.
So the deep strategy work steps 1 through 3, that has to be done outside the tool, and then Whoop Social is just for the efficient execution of the plan.
Precisely. It's a reliable scheduler with some light AI help. If you understand its limitations, you won't get frustrated. You use it to guarantee that consistent posting, and you use your AI prompting skills to create the strategy.
So let's bring this all together. The core idea here is that AI really democratizes marketing. It gives you the scaffolding to build a complete effective strategy that only needs, what, a couple of hours a week?
Yeah, maybe 1 or 2 focus blocks of time. It really does transform social media from this exhausting chore into a genuine revenue driver. You can focus on the fun stuff, the high engagement ideas, and let the AI handle the consistency.
So to make this actionable for everyone listening, we encourage you to just take that first step right now. Jot down a quick list of 3 to 5 competitors, local and global, and just run that initial AI research template.
That's all you need to get started. And the results, they compound quickly. You'll see more profile views, more shares, more traffic within weeks.
Yeah.
You now have the power to build a presence that rivals established competitors, all while you focus on what really matters, building relationships and turning followers into customers.
The ultimate question now is, as AI makes flawless, consistent content easy for every single small business in the world, how long until true, unscripted human connection becomes the only differentiator left?
This episode is brought to you by Whoop Social, the all-in-one social media tool that saves you time and skyrockets your growth. Stop wasting hours posting manually. With Whoop Social, you can schedule, publish, and track performance across every platform, all from one simple dashboard. Whether you're a creator, brand, or agency, Whoop Social helps you stay consistent, reach more people, and grow faster automatically. Don't wait. Join thousands of smart marketers and start free today at whoopsocial.com.